Hi guys! Alright, today we are just gonna jump right into capsule wardrobes. So this fall going into winter season, I decided that I wanted to build my first capsule wardrobe. You guys, I've tried like 10 times now to give you my definition of a capsule wardrobe, and I cannot say it correctly. And so here's my definition, and I am going to go ahead and read it off my sheet of paper. So for those of you who don't know, a capsule wardrobe is a condensed set of clothing focused on interchangeable items that showcase your personal style and aesthetic. It sounds so professional when I read it. I've been on a journey of minimalism, and over the last few months I've discovered that minimalism is actually a mindset more than it is a set of rules. So the mindset is that we can find happiness and joy in owning less. So after I KonMari'd my wardrobe and went through everything and got rid of the things that no longer brought me joy, I decided I wanted to try to further condense my collection. And the way that I decided to do this was to try my hands at my first capsule wardrobe. What I discovered was that not only could I live with less, but that it would be so much better for me. So with my definition of a capsule wardrobe, there are really three things we want to focus on. The first one is that your wardrobe is supposed to be a condensed amount of items. The second thing is that they are specially curated so that you can mix and match things. And the last thing is that they have a focus and a purpose to display your personal style and aesthetic. So the first important takeaway about a capsule wardrobe is that it is a condensed amount of clothing items. A lot of the research that I did said that your capsule wardrobe should be between 35 and 40 clothing items, including shoes. For me, that was a bit scary. I mean, I had just gotten rid of over 100 items of clothing, but to think that I had to get down between 35 and 40 items was a little bit mind-boggling. One of the things that I had learned from those who had done capsule wardrobes for many seasons or many years was that although they loved having a more condensed set of clothing, they did not always like having to store clothes seasonally. For a lot of them, this caused a problem. If they stored something away, they forgot they had it, and a lot of times they would end up buying duplicate items when the next season came around. And then for others, they found that a lot of their seasonal items could actually go to multiple seasons, and not having everything spread out in front of them made it difficult for them to really utilize the clothing that they had. So right off the bat, I took people's advice and decided that I would keep all seasons of clothing in my closet and that I wasn't going to store anything. So when I show you guys my capsule wardrobe, it will not be between 35 and 40 items. I personally use clothes from most seasons all year long. Right now, I am actually wearing a tank top and have my jean jacket over it. Most people would consider a tank top to be a summer item. But knowing myself, I knew that I could layer it under other items, and so I wanted to have everything where I could access it. And during the summer, it's kind of the same thing. I like to be able to pull out pants when I need them. I like to be able to pull out jackets when I need them, instead of having to go and dig through storage. Another focus of a capsule wardrobe is that the items that you choose are interchangeable. And part of being interchangeable is your personal style and aesthetic, and we'll get into that in a moment. But what I really want to focus on is having the essentials in your closet to be able to mix and match. The idea is that you have fewer items, but those items are specially picked to be intermixed with each other. And really, when you condense your style, the amount of outfits that you can create with such little amount of clothing is phenomenal. It's important that when you're building your capsule wardrobe that you have the essentials that you need for everyday living. And these essentials are usually things that can be used in multiple ways with multiple outfits and have multiple purposes for you. Whether it's to keep you warm, whether it's to also be able to dress it up, dress it down, and that sort of thing. And so for a lot of people, when they first build their capsule wardrobe, they actually go out seeking specific items that they need, and they invest in those items, and these are their investment pieces. And after I had done the KonMari method, the last thing I wanted to do was to go purchase more clothing. But I actually found out what exactly I needed and I went and purchased that. So I would say that some of the essentials for a capsule wardrobe would be your basics, like a pair of slacks, a pair of jeans, a plain white top, a plain black top, and then you have other things like a going out outfit or a business meeting outfit, a jacket, all of those things that are needed in everyday life. When you have the items that you need on hand, it makes things so much easier, and you have such peace knowing that you have everything you could possibly need in your closet. You aren't rushing to go buy something because something came up. You already have that. We're now going to go ahead and talk about personal style and aesthetic. And this can be a hard thing to talk about because for everybody it's different. And so I guess I'm just going to talk about my journey in finding my personal style and my aesthetic. There are no specific rules for personal style and aesthetic. It's all up to you. But I do have some guidelines on what's helped me, and I am excited to share that with you. I think a lot of the time in finding your personal style and aesthetic is trial and error. So for a lot of us, we already know what kind of colors that work with our skin tones, work with our hair, work with the style of makeup that we like. And so colors become really important when you're curating your personal style. For me, I know that yellow does not normally work with my skin tone. I know that bright colors don't normally work with my skin tone because it washes me out. If you are unsure of what your personal style and aesthetic is, I would start with colors. Go to a store, even if you don't have the intention of buying something, and start trying things on in different colors to really figure out what works good with your skin tone and what doesn't. For me, I look really good in dark purples and I look really good in dark reds, but when I was putting my closet together, I found that I didn't gravitate towards those items as much as I gravitated towards some of my other colors. And so it was important that I was able to kind of let those items go, knowing that I didn't actually pull those items out as much as I pulled the other items out. It's also important to make a color scheme that you would like your closet to resemble. And a great way to do this is Pinterest. I think another way that you can start to define your personal style and aesthetic is to think about fabrics. For me, leather is like empowering and it makes me feel so great and like I can just take on the world. And I had to let go of the idea that I had to love all kinds of fabrics. I decided lace wasn't my thing. I did not like the way it felt on my skin. I didn't feel like I could take on the world in lace, and so I just let it go. I've really worked to figure out what looks best on my body, what accentuates the things that I like. I like certain cuts of dresses. I like my shirts to be a certain length. And it is a process. And so the biggest thing that you need to do is invest time into figuring out your personal style. And I got a text, just a sec. I have learned that branding and identity are really important in running your business and achieving your goals. And the same is true for your life. If you have a goal of what you want your life to be like and steps to get there, you are more likely to get there. And so I think it's important to have goals that we continuously work towards. We are refining ourselves over and over again. And it gets to be the same for us in everyday life. For me, one of the goals that I had was that I wanted to look put together, and a capsule wardrobe ended up being the way in which I reached that goal. Having a capsule wardrobe has simplified my life so much. It is so easy for me to open my closet and get ready in the morning, and I am going to show you how I do that. So first off, I just want to show you guys how I kind of organize my items. The first thing I have is I keep all of my work shirts on the very left side of the closet. And then next I have what I consider my most important pieces, and these would be my tops. And so I have all of those like front and center, so they're really like accessible. And then I just color coordinate them. Here on the other side, I go ahead and start with the few skirts that I do have. And then, like I said, I keep all seasons of clothing in my closet at one time. And so I have all of my tank tops. And again, these are color coordinated. Next, I have all of my leggings, which I literally live in. Then I have more of like my nice dress up pants. These are what I usually end up using for work. And then finally for pants, I have my jeans. And then following those things, I have like my more like fashionable outerwear. So I have a vest in my leather jackets. And then I go ahead and move into like my cardigans. And again, these are all color coordinated. And then the last thing, which you can barely see over here, are my dresses. Again, those are color coordinated, but I keep them to the back because they usually only are worn for like special occasions. So next, I just want to show you how easy it is for me to make an outfit in the morning. Okay, so we're just going to start with a pair of jeans. So I have these jeans here. They are kind of like more like a boyfriend fit. They're a little bit looser. So I know on the top, I'm going to keep it a tad bit more structured. Because of that reason, I probably won't wear like a billowy shirt. We are going to go ahead and pair that with my like cool purpley gray velvet shirt. This actually fits closer to the body, and so it will go well with like these looser jeans. We're going to go ahead and pull this green cardigan. It's kind of looser and it's kind of baggy here on the sides, and so I'll probably just pair this like more with like a plain top for a casual look. I know I have like a plain white top. Okay, so here's like a plain white top, plain white tee, and I'm going to go ahead and pair those together. So it looks really casual. And I think what I'd want to do with this, since I'm kind of keeping like with the comfy and casual look, I think I would either do a pair of leggings or a pair of jeans. So these jeans taper in at the ankle a bit, and so I think that would look pretty good, even though the tops are a little bit more loose. I think the jeans would look really great with it. Okay, so I have this like plain t-shirt style gray dress. And so because it is a bit colder, I would definitely want to pair this with like some sort of tights and probably a jacket. And because it's more of like a casual look, I think I have the perfect jacket for it. So this is my bomber jacket. It's actually really cute because it has this cool design in the inside of it. But I think if I'm going with like the athleisure look, I think this would look super cute together. Oops, that fell off. And so that becomes like super simple to style. The biggest thing here that I want you to remember is that individuality is important. You are unique and you need to show yourself off to the world because the world needs you. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so excited to take you on this journey of life with me, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me and go ahead and hit subscribe if you want to see any future videos. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye. I always want to be like one of those super cute YouTuber girls and everything, but then I'm like, why? I can't talk. I can't eat. I'm so hungry. I can't even think right now. Can dance. I can't do this. I need to shut this off and start over.